Hi, it's Mr. H, and today we're going to learn to play dotted quarter notes. A dotted quarter note looks like a regular quarter note with a dot next to it. When we first learn about dotted quarter notes, it usually has an eighth note attached to it, so we're going to focus on this dotted quarter eighth note rhythm today. This is what a series of dotted quarter eighth notes would sound like. So what exactly is a dotted quarter note? A dotted quarter note is equal to 3/8 notes. Sometimes you'll hear it described as a beat and a half or a count and a half, but that's only when there's a 4 at the bottom of your key signature, such as 2/4, 3/4, or 4/4 time. As I mentioned earlier though, it's more accurate, I think, to say that a dotted quarter note is equal to 3/8 notes. The reason for this is that a quarter note is equal to 2/8 notes, and the dot is equal to half the value of the note it's connected to. So in this case, the dot is equal to half of 2/8 notes, which is 1/8 note. 2/8 notes plus 1/8 note is 3/8 notes. So a dotted quarter note is equal to 3/8 notes. Now that we know that a dotted quarter note is equal to 3/8 notes, we can use that information to help us perform dotted quarter notes. What this is showing is just the 4 beats in a measure and how those 4 beats fit. So this would be the first beat, second beat, third beat, fourth beat, and each of these different rhythms line up to the beat in the way that it's shown here. These are down beats. If I put my metronome on, I would be tapping the beat. I would be going down for each of those, just like that. And so these notes happen on a down. Okay, now if you're doing dotted quarter notes, we really do need to understand eighth notes. Okay, so if we have eighth notes, that's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. So I'm just going to do this quickly for you. Ready and go. Ta, 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 ta. As we look down, this will explain, hopefully, why this is the way that it is. So remembering a dotted quarter note is equal to 3/8 notes. Here's our 3/8 notes tied together. And here's our downbeats and upbeats. Ta, 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 ta. If you're having trouble understanding that, you can start with just regular eighth notes. Take out the ties, and this would just be ta, 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 ta. The first eighth note is on a down, the next is on an up, the next is on a down, the next is on an up, and so forth. Eighth notes happen on the down and the up. So once more with my metronome, I'll tap it this time. Ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Keep in mind, the beat is telling me when to do these notes, whether it's the metronome or my finger. That's what's telling me when to do the notes. Now that we know how eighth notes go, we'll put the ties back in, and now it's ta, 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 ta. We still have to count these eighth notes, we still have to feel these eighth notes, but they're connected now. With the metronome, I'll do it with the cursor first. Ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. And if I tap it with my finger, ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Before you watch ahead in the video, you'll want to make sure you understand what we just did, and you might want to practice it yourself before moving on. This is just another way to look at what we just did. So a quarter note is equal to 2/8 notes, and an eighth note, of course, is 1/8 note. So this is once again our 3/8 notes. If we take the ties out, for most of you, this is probably a pretty easy rhythm. If not, you really have to make sure you understand how this goes with downbeats and upbeats. So we're going to try this rhythm without the tie. First with the cursor. Ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. And then I'll tap it. You can do this with me. Ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. And just like we did before, we're going to add in that tie. So instead of saying ta here, we have to connect it. So ta, 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 ta. And with the metronome and tapping, ready, and go. Ta, 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 ta. Hopefully that helps. The main idea here is that a dotted quarter note is equal to 3/8 notes. Both of these are the same. In fact, everything here sounds the same. We want to understand what is inside a dotted quarter note. You might think of it this way, or you might think of it this way. Whatever makes most sense to you is fine, as long as we understand how dotted quarter notes and the dotted quarter note eighth note pattern works. So that's about it. We're just going to play through this one more time and let you hear how dotted quarter notes work. You'll see the cursor following all 3 lines at once, so you can sort of follow whatever line you'd like, but remember we're trying to get the top line, the dotted quarter note line.